If you join, hello, if you join, please share this live video. If you join, please share the live video. Oh, maybe I have a kind of okay. If you join, say hi, say hi, say hi, say hi, and share the live. Thank you, Kaima, please, for joining. We need to wait a bit for others to join as well before we can start. Please share the live. Thank you for joining. If you join, please share the live. We'll have to hold on a bit for others to join, okay? Thank you for joining. If you join, you invite others to join as well. This is a video you will benefit from. The tutorial is free. I am not charging for this tutorial. So it's going to be very beneficial to you and your household. Okay? So just share this live so that others will as well benefit from this tutorial. We need to hold on for like 2 minutes or a minute so that others will join, because I wouldn't want to rephrase what I've already taught. Today we are going to make a skirt, a short skirt and a crop top. If you join, please say hi. And when you join, please share. Please share when you join this live video. These are the measurements we are going to work with today. I'm going to work with these measurements, just like a little baby's measurement. I use the little baby's measurement because of the pattern I have. I don't have a big pattern, so that's the measurement to make use of. Hello, thank you for joining. In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to cut a skirt and a top, a crop top. It's just free of charge. I'm not charging you for anything. The only thing I want you to do for me is to share the video while you join, so that others will benefit from this tutorial. If you want us to start, you can say hi. If you want us to begin, you can say hi. If you want us to wait a little longer, you can say wait. You can type wait. Do you want us to start? If you want us to start this the tutorial, type yes. Thank you for joining. Please, okay, so let's start the tutorial now. Now we are going to learn how to cut a skirt and a crop top. These are the measurements I am starting with. It's more like a baby's measurement, a child of 8 years or 7 years. That is the measurement I am going to make use of because of the pattern that I have. My pattern is not much. That is why I'm making use of this measurement. What we need for this tutorial, the measurement we need for this tutorial, for the top, we need shoulder measurement. We need the bust. For kids, we call it chest. We don't use bust. Then we need the full length of the top. It's a crop top we are cutting today. And then we need the sleeve length. We need the round sleeve. For the skirt, we need the waist measurement. We need the hip measurement. We need the full length. It's just a short skirt, so we don't need much measurements for the skirt. We only need 3 measurements for the skirt because it is a short skirt. I already posted the video, the picture, the image of the outfit I am cutting today. I've already posted it. If you haven't seen it, please go back to my page. You will see the photo of the outfit I want to cut today. Now let's begin. I am not making use of a fabric. Now I'm not going to show you myself anymore. I'm going to show you the pattern I'm making use of. If you have any question, just drop it. If you aren't seeing me clearly, you can comment. Is that okay? Now, this is the pattern we are making use of for this tutorial. Let's say this is your fabric. This is your fabric. You fold your fabric into 2. Fold your fabric into 2. Before you fold your fabric, in order not to waste your material, in order not to waste your fabric, you will have to, every measurement is being, apart from the shoulder measurement, sorry, excuse me, please. Apart from the shoulder measurements, every other measurement is being divided by 4. Shoulder measurement is being divided by 2. Every other measurement is divided by 4. Okay? It's just shoulder. I'm talking about the outfit we are cutting now. The skirt and crop top we are cutting, the shoulder is divided by 2, while every other measurement is divided by 4. Please, if you join, I would want you to share this video. Okay? Thank you very much. Now, like I said earlier, if you get your fabric, it's this way. If you get it, you fold it this way by 2. In order not to waste your fabric, I'm making use of shoulder of 12. Like I said, you divide shoulder by 2. The rest you divide by 4. I'm making use of shoulder of 12. So I'm going to divide 12 by 2, which will give me 6 inches. And I'm making use of bust of 25. I'm going to divide 25 by 4, which will give me 5.2 or thereabout. So in order not to waste my fabric, I'm going to get my 5.2 here, mark. Then we usually add 2 inches for sewing allowance. 2 inches for sewing allowance. So I'm going to add 2 inches. Because this is a baby's fabric, a baby's tutorial, I'm making use of a baby's measurement. If you're cutting your child's clothes, a baby of 8 years below, you can add 1.5 as sewing allowance. But adults, you add 2 inches for sewing allowance. You know, you need to add the lining. You need to turn the fabric with lining first. So when you're turning the line, you will make use of 1/2 inch. So you'll be left to just 1.5 inches. So we are going to make use of 2 inches, extra allowance of 2 inches. This is the main measurement, like the bust divided by 4. I'm making use of 25 inches of bust. So I'm dividing it by 4, which will give me, sorry, it's going to, if I'm wrong, you correct me, okay? Which will give me 6.2 or thereabout. So am I right? Yeah, 6.2. You guys didn't correct me, just allowed me to say 5. Okay, which will give me 6.2. This is the 0.2 here. So if you're not sure of division, you can use your calculator to divide. Sewing is all about calculation, you know. So 6.2 here. If you're not seeing me clearly, you comment here plus my 2 inches allowance. So my folding is okay. I'm not wasting my fabric. Now let's start. Like I earlier said, the shoulder measurements we are making use of is 12. 12 divided by 2 will give you 6. Then in that 6, I am going to add extra 1/2 inch for joining the sleeve with the shoulder. For this joining here, I'm going to add extra 1/2 inch. Now all the measurement will now be 6.5. So you start from here. Remember, there's no opening here. I folded it by 2. Okay, there's no opening. That place, the folded edge, that's where you begin your measurement. Here is the shoulder, the starting point. Here is the starting point, and this is our shoulder now. So I'm going to put 6.5. Yeah, because of this, I'm going to make use of 10 inches for shoulder, please, not 12. Let's make use of 10 inches because of the measurement I'm making use of. 12 is too much for just a chest of 25. Okay, so I'm going to make use of 10 inches for the shoulder. So 10 divided by 2 will give you 5 plus 1/2 inch. The 1/2 inch, like I earlier said, is for joining the clothes with the sleeve. This is the sleeve and this is the main clothes. So for this joining here, I'm going to add extra 1/2 inch. So the total measurement is going to be 5.5. Here, you mark 5.5 here. Remember, there is no opening here, okay? Now, for you to get your armhole line for you to get your armhole line, you place your measurement here from your shoulder here to your bust point. It will direct you on how to get your armhole. My armhole is around 9 inches here, but for a baby, maybe we can make use of, we can make use of 5 or 5.5. So the armhole line I'm going to make use of now is 5 inches for a baby. I've shown you how to get your armhole line. That's, we call it chest line. If you want to get your chest line, place your tape here. Check where your armhole is, where your armpit is. That is how you get your armhole line. Armhole line. Okay? The armhole line. Then if you get it, you place it at the end of the shoulder measurement. So, which is 5. You mark a straight line. I don't have a ruler here, so I'm going to use my hand to mark it, to draw it. Okay. Just draw a straight line. Okay. Then the full length of this top, of this crop top, is 16. So you place your tape here. 16 is too much for a baby. Because of my pattern, we are going to make use of 10 inches for full length of this top. If you have any question, you can drop it. So this is 10 inches here, plus extra 2 inches for turning and joining the 2 shoulders. By the time you join the 2 shoulders, turning the lining, everything will reduce. So is it that we make use of 2 inches or we make use of 1.5, 1.5 inches? So I'm going to make use of 1.5 inches now. We call it sewing allowance. You draw your line. Back to the shoulder measurement. Whatever you get from the shoulder measurement, you bring it back to the chest line. Mark it. Then use a ruler to connect this shoulder measurement to meet this one here. This will now be our armhole line. Now let's start the measurement. The neckline, this is neck, the opening for the neck. For a baby, I usually make use of, this is the width of the neck. From here to here is the width of the neck. So I'm going to make use of 1.5 inches for a baby, a child of 8 years, 7 years, and the rest. Then if I'm cutting for adult, I usually make use of 3 inches. If you are not that fat, I make use of 3 inches, depending on the size of the body. Or you can measure the person's neck. You can make use of 3 inches, 3.5, depending on how fat the person is. If you are slim like me and you make use of 3.5, it's going to be very, very big for you. So I advise you make use of 3 inches. But for this measurement, this tutorial, I'm going to make use of 1.5 inches. So you place your tape like so. Mark, this is the width of the neck. And then we are going to talk about the depth. The depth. Some would say I want my neck depth to reach here, to show my bust and my boobs and the rest of them. But now, how you can get this neck depth, you still place your tape on your shoulder. Ask the person where he or she wants, where she wants the depth to get to. It might be 9, might be 8, whatever the person tells you, that's what you will do. So for my neck depth, I'm going to make use of 2 inches or 2.5. So I'm going to make use of 2 inches. If you have, it's always good for you to make use of a ruler so that it will help you. And then it's always good for you to make use of a ruler or your sewing materials, both the curved ruler and the rest of them, so that it will give exactly what you want. Now you connect the neck depth. I don't have my ruler here. You connect this is the neck width. I'm connecting it to meet the neck depth. So is either you want your neck to be round neck or V neck. And this one, if you want me to use V neck, you can comment. If you want me to use round neck, you can comment it. For a guideline, you can place your tape like so. Are you seeing what I'm doing? You can place your tape like so. Mark like 1/2 inch here. It will be a guideline. Come out by 1/2 inch. We're trying to draw the neck now. This is the neck width. Connect it like so. I don't have my curve ruler. Connect it like so. I'm using a round neck. Connect it to meet this. That's it. This is for the neck. The neck is all done now. Then the shoulder here at this point, I'm going to slant it by 1/2 inch because the shoulder is slanted a bit. Go down by 1/2 inch. Usually, I always advise people to leave extra 1/2 inch here, so that by the time you want to cut out, you increase it a bit and cut, and by the time you sew, you will not run short. But I've already added enough here at the back at this hemming side, so there's no need. So you go down by 1/2 inch. Use your straight ruler to connect it to this neck width. So I'm going to connect it this way because the shoulder is slanted. That is why we always do it like this. Done. If you have any question, you drop it. We want to connect, we want to trace the armhole now. First, let's take the bust measurement. The bust is divided by 4. It will give us 6.2. Yeah. You place it here. This is the chest line. Mark. Add extra 2 inches or 1.5 for sewing allowance. Then, because it is a crop top, the same measurements I got at the chest line, I'm bringing it down to the full length. It is a crop top, a free top, crop top that is free. So there's no need to get your waistline now. You're going, whatever you get from your chest, you're going to bring it all the way to the full length. So what we got here is 8 inches. I am bringing 8 inches down to this full length. It is a free crop dress. I'm going to draw the line to meet the full length now. I don't have rulers, so my line is not that straight. Okay, so we want to create the armhole now. Remember, we are going to cut this out because the shoulder is slanted. I want to create the armhole. Place your tape here to meet your chest line. Whatever it gives you, you divide it by 2. It gave me 4.4.5. For you to get the accurate measurements, just fold your tape like so to meet the 4.5. Get the middle. Press your tape to get the middle of this armhole. You mark. This is the middle of the armhole. Now you need to go in by 1/2 inch. This is for the front. If you have your curve ruler, it will direct you. Now you curve it this way. You curve it to meet the measurement here, okay? We've created the armhole for this dress, and this is the end of the crop top. So we are going to cut it out. Seems you guys don't have any question. If you have any question before I cut out, you can drop your question. Okay, no question. So we are going to cut out the top and I'll show you the results. This is the neckline. You cut it like so. Usually we use the front to get the back. So I'm not cutting the neckline now. I'll show you how you can get your back. And I'm not cutting through now, through this place until I cut the back. So what you will do is this. Just cut like this in order to get your back. Then cut off the slanted part. So we are going to get the back now. Ow, my pattern is about to finish. You have to increase the folding for the back because of zipper allowance. So I've increased it. We usually make use of 2 inches for zipper allowance. So this is the front pattern. You place it on the fabric like so, leaving 2 inches here for zipper allowance. So once you get it, you cut it out. I hope you guys are seeing what I'm doing. This is for the back now. Cut it out. Let me get a pin and pin it down. I'm pinning it down so it doesn't move. Okay. Now we want to create the back neckline. The depth of the back, as you can see, the front depth is a bit high. So we can make the back depth to be a bit lower than the front. So initially I made use of 2 inches for the depth of the front line. So here I want to make use of maybe, let's say, 3.5. You mark it like so. Then use your curve ruler to connect it like so. If you want a V neckline, you can, your curve ruler can direct you. Then we are trying to cut out the neckline now. Cut it out. This is the back one. Notch here so that it will guide you on how to cut the back. Just little notching. Yeah. Now I'm taking off the front to cut off the front neckline. This is for the front. Remember, if you're folding, I did not tell you this. If you're folding your fabric, you use the back to mark so that you don't waste. This is the front of the fabric. Now we've gotten the outfits now. Do you see it? This is the front part. It's all done now. So this is the back. This is a guideline. If you miss this, the two shoulders will not be equal. So you make sure you notch it. Now I'm cutting out the back. Then you have to divide the back. Do not divide the front. You only divide the back. Like so. This is where the zipper will be. The back is all ready now. The back will be in two pieces. One for the right, one for the left. This is for the back now. While the front will only be in one piece. You see it? This is a free tutorial. You're not paying for it. If you learn this skill, it's going to be very beneficial to you. So remember, we added 1.5 inches for zipper allowance. If you're sewing now, the zipper will take this out. This is how it's going to be. You place your zipper. Then this is the front. Your top is ready. We are all done with the top cutting. Now let me show you how to cut your sleeve. After sewing your clothes, after the joining, after joining the front with the back, you will, and then joining the shoulder, turning your line, you will measure your armhole with your tape. Whatever it gives you, you divide it by 2. I'm going to show you how you'll be able to cut your sleeve. You don't have to cut it 2 times, like twice. You know, the sleeve is 2, like 1, 2. So I'm going to fold this by 4 instead of by 2. You don't have to cut it at once. So let's assume I've finished coupling this top. So I've measured the armhole round. Let's assume I've measured it and it gave me, let's say it gave me 20, yeah? Let's say it gave me 10, okay? So you're going to keep your fabric this way. We are cutting the sleeve now. Place 10 like so. When you place 10 like so, you mark it. Add extra 1 inch allowance for joining. Then I want to cut the 2 sleeves at once. I don't want to cut it one. Then you place it like this. You keep it like so to meet this 10. The sleeve measurement is divided by 2. It's not by 4, okay? I mean the armhole. The armhole is divided by 2. But I'm cutting two sleeves at the same time. Like I told you, once you measure your armhole, whatever it gives you, you divide. Whatever it gives you, you place it here. Then if you want to cut 2 sleeves at the same time, this is the fabric. Fold it like so. Fold again using the measurements you have. This is having 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then you keep it like this. If you want a sleeve that has puff here, you can just place your tape like so. Mark either a depth of 4 or 5. It will puff very well. If you don't want it to puff, you can just make use of, okay, 2.5. Okay, 2.5. Our sleeve length is 6 inches. Place your tape here, add extra 1 inch, making it 7. Then you mark your line. This is the starting point. This is the main measurement. So your round sleeve, I talked about round sleeve. Your round sleeve, you will divide it by 2. Let's say mine is 13, but this folded fabric is not up to 13. I'm going to make use of 8. 8 divided by 2 will give you 4. If you don't know where to place this round sleeve on your fabric, you can just place your tape here and measure where your muzzle is. That is your round sleeve. When you measure where your muzzle is, you place it on your fabric like so. If your muzzle gave you 4, you place it here. That is where you measure your round sleeve. Okay? Now, let's say the measurement I'm making use of is 3. That is where the baby's muzzle is. I'm going to place it like so. You can mark a line if you want. So we have 1, 2, 3 lines. So the round sleeve of the baby is 4 inches. This is the muzzle sleeve. Now, the full length of this sleeve, we are making use of 5. So where that 5 is, you're going to measure it, or you kind of minus half from this one, from the muzzle round sleeve. You minus half from it. I measured 4 inches here, and we can bring, okay, 4 inches. I did not add sewing allowance. I'm adding 1 inch or 3/4 inch sewing allowance, but you must add 1 inch sewing allowance. I'm just making use of this 3/4 because I'm making use of a little pattern. Okay, let's say I added ½ inch sewing allowance. Don't add ½ inch sewing allowance to yours. It's either you add 1 or 2 sewing allowance. So I'm going to make use of 3.5 here, which is 7 divided by 2 will give you 3.5. I'll place it here and then add my sewing allowance. Either you add 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches sewing allowance. I'm going to make use of ½ inch because of this pattern that I'm making use of. Then you connect it to this way. Okay, connect it here. Then connect it like this. Okay, remember I went down by 2 inches here, so you're going to connect it like so to meet this. This is the shoulder part. Here is this place. Okay, then you cut out like so. Follow your lines to do like so. I'm just cutting out the excess. Then you need to notch the center of this pattern. This center, you're going to make sure it rhymes with this line here, this joining at the shoulder. Make sure it rhymes here. So if you're sewing, make sure this notched pattern rhymes here because it is the center of the sleeve. Now when you open the sleeve, This is what it will give you. The sleeve is ready. So the top is all done now. We'll continue with the skirt in my next live video, okay? So let's just go with the top. Next time we can continue with the skirt pattern. Is that okay? So thank you for watching. If you have any question, you can drop your question. Is that okay? And I'll respond to you immediately. You can as well watch the video later and then practice it on your own, okay? If you practice it, if you're able to cut it properly, you post it. Let me see. You send it to me, okay? Just post it and then hashtag me. Is that okay? Thank you for joining. Next time we are going to cut the skirt. We're all done with the top. See you guys. If you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section and I will attend to you as soon as I see it. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching.